Okay, guys, so we're just sort of filling in here for Jen. You guys have been sort of on this journey for the Business Builder, so this is your last call. I think it's one of my favorite calls, though, too, out of this whole program that you guys have been through. We've actually done pretty much the same program for over a year, back to back every 6 weeks. We've been doing the same thing. So you guys just jumped in and went through it just like a lot of other people do too. So again, I hope that you have made the most of this and got the information and done the homework and stuff. But I would love to sort of start off, Allison, just so I don't even know if you know who I am. So I am Anna Vierling. I live in Monmouth. And are you in Maine, Allison?
Yep, I'm right in Oakland.
Oh yeah, okay, so you're not too far. And I am I'm Tori is a third line director in my organization. So I'm like your upline. And Anita, I'm just your upline. So that's it. But
I'll take that.
yeah, okay, good. So Allison, just so you know a little bit about me, I've been doing this for 17 years. I'm a consultant. So I've been around the block a few times. I love this. I wouldn't do anything different. I started when my daughter was 10 months old. I decided to do this just for some fun money. My husband's a Lewiston police officer, so we needed some fun money, and that's what I started this for. And so now it's definitely moved to, it's been paying the mortgage and car payments, and now we're actually moving towards paying tuition for college and all kinds of other things. So I wouldn't do anything else. I love this. But just so you know, just to get a little bit of, but I would love to hear from you, Allison, and you, Anita. And it really doesn't matter. I mean, you guys if you're here on the last call, you've been involved in some way, whether you've been on every call or whatever. But I would hear just a little bit of feedback from you on the program. Now that we're at the end, like, did you find it helpful? What did you like the most about it? Just to sort of get a little bit of feedback. Do you mind sharing that, Allison?
No, not at all. So I have absolutely loved this. My experience with sales is like waiting tables. Like, can I upsell you some extra cheese on your pizza? So it's been a different sort of setting that I've been put into. I mean, I'm not unfamiliar with Pampered Chef. My mom did Pampered Chef when I was growing up, so I know like the bits of it that she did when Pampered Partner came out. She threw me in front of the computer and said, "Put in all my orders for me." So I that sort of stuff I get, but the actual like interfacing with people,
yeah,
and like building these relationships, not like on that call that we listened to this week. She said it's about building relationships and making friendships and getting all of that stuff in. I mean, when you're dealing with the table 30 minutes at a time, like they're in, they're out, you don't even remember what they look like the next week when they come back in.
right.
So I found like those calls have been amazing, like to listen to during the week. Like I said to Tori, I'll put them on like through the radio in the car, and I'll take the long way to Walmart so I can listen to it and, you know, sort of multitask at the same time. But I've learned a lot. I've been really, really excited. Like I've come on every week like, oh, I'm so excited. What am I going to learn this week? So I found this to be very helpful.
Good. I love it. So do you think you like to just learn all the extra stuff, or was it actually these being in a weekly call program, or like you're talking about those extra trainings? Like what about it do you think was it the accountability? Sometimes that's a big thing for people.
I know for me, like accountability is important. Like during the week, I'll make lists of stuff I need to do like at my full-time job to keep myself on task. Otherwise, I'll have like 40 progress notes to write at the end of the day on Friday. So the accountability, like every week, I'm going to have to come in and talk about what I did this week. And if I say, oh, I didn't do anything this week, that's really not going to be acceptable. I mean, it's not acceptable to me, and nobody else really cares what I do. I mean, I do my own thing, and the better I do, the better everyone does.
Yeah.
But no one's going to like be like, Allison, come on, you need to do this. There's no boss to keep me on track. But this call has sort of been really helpful. Like, oh, I have all this stuff I've done this week that I could talk about.
Yeah. I love that. Who is your mom?
Mary Doobie.
Like Mary Doobie that started Pampered Chef in Maine?
Yeah.
So she's Dot DeWyron's cousin, right?
I don't think they're related.
Oh, I thought they were related somehow, Mary. I thought Dot had told me they were related somehow.
I don't know. They may be. Maybe like a wonky bi marriage thing, but they've known each other forever.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. I've never met Mary, but in my 17 years, like I have I've heard of her, like and I know that she was the one that sort of, so Dot is direct,
Yeah.
that's my direct upline. She wasn't my recruiter, but she's my direct upline at this point. Yeah.
Nice.
So, well, good. Well, it's so nice to meet you, Allison. Good. That's awesome. How about you? And that's good for me to hear that because I'm about some other things that we've got going on and stuff that we can, and Tori, as being her director, it's good to hear what lets Alice, makes Allison tick. You know what I mean? That you can, yeah, we like Allison Doobie on our team. All right, Anita, how about you, hun? Again, I don't know how involved you've been or whatever, but what's your experience called?
It's made me more aware of what I need to do every week, but my life has been kind of crazy with end of the year school stuff with my daughter and then also working. And I traveled, of course.
Yeah.
So I missed last week's call because I was traveling.
Yeah.
It's made me more aware that I need to work the business, but at the same time, I kind of feel like a lot of the people I know, Shannon knows, so I'm having trouble branching out. So I think that's where some of my frustration is. I just talked to her today, and I know you know that because I was there when you texted her.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a little frustrating in that aspect because I feel like I'm putting it out there, but at the same time, I'm just not getting anybody.
Okay. Okay, so there's two things there. Well, there's one thing. That's going to be about, and that's something we definitely can work on, and you and I can work on that some more. And I think I'd be interested to, talk with you about what, you and Shannon already came up with. Tell me though a little bit, because if we say pertaining to these calls and what your experience has been, and you said that it helps you to realize more what you need to do. Tell me some more about how do you think from these calls, just really the direction that you got some good direction from this?
Yeah. Just, making sure that I have catalogs, whether they're the mini catalogs or regular catalogs on me so that I can whip them out when I need to. And just approaching people. A lot of times when I'm out in the community though, I'm with my clients and I really can't do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's something that, we talk about a couple things. It sounds like what I'm hearing you say is that it's helping you be more intentional, and that's something that especially any of us this is my job, but again, I run a thrift store and I've got, kids graduating and my husband has got a crazy schedule. We all have different hats, whether we have another job out of the home or not, but it is, I think, especially when you guys have full-time jobs other than this, just to keep it being intentional, that you do talk about, be intentional about knowing, all right, that I am a business owner. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a business owner. The business that I own is all about me sharing and offering and helping people find solutions. That's something that we're going to talk more about as an organization is, and I know Tori knows this because we've already started looking into this, about really talking about as not being so much salespeople, and that's what goes back, Allison, when you're talking about building those relationships and stuff. We are in a relationship building business. So it's really trying to rebrand ourselves and re-identify ourselves, which I think sometimes is way more fun, Anita, than going out and begging people for bookings. When we can instead, you can sort of, take a different path because that, you change your identity to, you're going to be the go-to single mom, who has a crazy kid that you've got to still make dinner. You work a full-time job, you're busy. It's just you're going to be the one that people go to when they think about that what's an easy dinner that I can do when we're on the run? I don't have any backup here. It's just me. You know what I mean? Allison, you can be the go-to, the cooking for one person. You know what I mean? Or what out, like, but it's really sort of figuring out what you want your identity to be. And then, creating those relationships and those, and that identity and stuff around that, if that makes sense.
Can I say something?
Yes.
So Anita, how long have you been doing this?
I rejoined at the very end of April.
That's right.
March.
Okay, we talked about that. So I just wanted to say that it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that will come in time. So like it's been a year for me. And I posted it on our team page actually yesterday. It's an old friend of mine who has never done a party or ordered off me or anything, gave my name to somebody else because the person that she gave my name to, her consultant stopped selling. So she needed a consultant. Well, she is going to do 2 parties a year with me. And she just needed to place an order this time, and she spent $232. And I've never met her. I don't know who she is, but she said, you can now be my consultant.
And it's because you've been intentional. I mean, you're working your business, but you're consistent with whatever you're doing. And people know. So, and people also know Tori not as a salesperson, as like as a schlepper, but as somebody that, shares what she's doing. She goes on and does a little live video. I mean, Anita, you could go on and do a little live video with your daughter with some of your products.
That's true.
And
she would love that.
Well, that's it. Do stuff with her. I mean, that's where you can really find your niche.
Anytime I do any videos, because I have twins, and I'm sure we've gone over that, but my kids are always in the videos somewhere because there is no way I can do something completely by myself in my life.
Well, right. And people love to see that. That's all part of that. But Anita, that's how you could start. I mean, you could be going on weekly with your daughter, and it's not even a sales thing. It's a, hey, what's your daughter's name?
Caitlin.
Me and Caitlin are making dinner tonight. Check out what we're doing. And this is what we're doing. This is a fast meal. We just both have had a crazy day. And here, and you could do a little pre-planning the night before, have some prep kind of stuff already done, have your products ready that that you need to do. So really, it wouldn't take a whole lot of time to put that together. Go on live, and you two too. She would have a great time with that, and your family and friends would love. I'm telling you, the other thing that happens is when you just come on, when you do a live video on Facebook, all of a sudden, like, it comes up in everybody's notifications. Whereas if you just went on and said, posted, me and Caitlin are making dinner, not everybody and your friends are going to even see that. But if you go on and do a live thing, and again, you just sort of say, I'm using this, whatever. You don't have to go through in the prices and the order or anything like that. Just sort of say, we just wanted to share this great recipe, that we're doing. But again, just like Tori said, that's what's going to start creating you and building you to that, to have that brand. Allison, you can be having the cat around you. Like
she does.
I mean, anytime I do live, you always hear the click, click, click. Didn't you last week, Tori? Click, click, click for my feet, because I've got like dogs and everything all hoarding around me, waiting for food and stuff. So there's a lot of really good ideas.
Yeah, there was one night I went off about different cat breeds because I'm like, oh, my cats are part Bombay and this one looks like it. I'm like, nobody cares what my cats are. But I was talking as I was doing something, so it worked.
Yeah, absolutely. And I care what your cats are. You don't even see, I have one that's going around here.
See, the thing is, customers want to know that you're a real person. They don't want just this, pretend fake persona.
Right.
Like for my virtual parties, for the longest time, I always just did a picture and a little blurb about myself or whatever. And I do a live or I do a video every single time now because I want them to know that I'm a real person. I have a real life I have struggles and issues just like they do. And that's what I'm here to help them with, is to help them, keep things together and still have a healthy dinner for their family and quick and easy and, stuff like that. So you just have to be yourself and it'll come around.
And the other thing is, when we just did that mega show, that was what was interesting, is that's what we heard. A lot of the response was that they loved seeing the product on a virtual party. Instead of just a bunch of posts that, I went on every day, Tori went on and did a little, and just to see the actual product. How many people were like going crazy, I think, that either bought the Quicksicle Maker or booked parties for that Quicksicle Maker because I showed how it worked. It took.
I bought the Quicksicle Maker because you showed how it worked.
Because of the video. So one 7-minute kind of thing. I mean, I actually am doing a live one Saturday, Tuesday night. I've changed my virtuals. I don't do well with the just post for a week. Like, I don't do well with that. So I've been doing a half-hour demo. Like, I set up the party 2 days before, have her invite people, and then it's a lot of just sort of, I introduce myself on there, but it's a lot of make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock on Tuesday because I'm going to do a demo. I'm really sort of rethinking what my demo is going to be, like whether it's really going to be a whole recipe or if it's showing the Quicksicle Maker. Somebody showed a great thing on one of the director things about how they were playing with team with those new bar, our new bar thing, and I've made granola bars in there for the kids, and Matt and stuff, they love it. But she took chocolate graham crackers, and so in each of the bar wells, you took a chocolate graham cracker and you broke it in half. So it didn't like fill up the well, but there was like 2, pieces of chocolate in there. And then you melt a bag of Andes mint chocolate chips and you pour those on. Yeah. And then you harden that and it's like a freaking Thin Mint. It's like a ground Thin Mint.
Huh.
Because it's sort of crunchy in the inside. So that's like this. That's like a quick recipe that you could do at a cooking show or really quick in a live kind of thing. But, again, just showing how they work. I was just thinking about different ideas about that. But just how much, again, that Quicksicle thing blew my mind, how many people love that. And I'm almost thinking about going live on all my shows and do it because I don't want to haul it around to my parties. So I'm thinking, because I do a lot of cooking shows, so I'm thinking of maybe even just at each one of my cooking shows, there's always an event set up, just going on and doing the Quicksicle every time. So I don't have to haul it, but I still show them, how to make it. So a lot of fun things. Here's what I want to do. Just because I'm watching, I don't even know what time is it. Oh yeah, so we have a little bit of time. Is it 5 off? Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
So this is really where we need to go from here. And this is what this call is about, is sort of a what now. We're at the end of the call. You guys have gone through, we've talked about bookings. We've talked about bookings outside of the party. And Anita, it sounds like we need to work some more on that. You guys have talked about bookings to get from your parties, how to do that. Host coaching, which I know Jen talked about, that is the key to your business. So we talk about that you make your money during your host coaching. You just pick up a paycheck at the party. The host coaching, that is when you're going to really, if you talk about waiting tables, Allison, the host coaching, that's really when you really, and again, that's creating a relationship. You guys talked about recruiting. So really those basics, you went through the whole really business basics. So at the end of this, we're going to post a Google form that's going to give you the opportunity to make a choice, give some feedback, but you're going to make a choice of 3 different things of your what now. You have a choice of a what now that, okay, thanks so much for this. I loved it. I'm ready to move on. I'm just going to work on my own. There is another what now that we haven't done a whole lot of, but that, okay, it's good. I really liked it, but and I'll go ahead, if you buddy me up with an accountability partner, that would be good, and we'll go on and work. Is that we do have a program that we do if you want to continue to build your business. When we talk about building your business, it's building your show schedule, it's building your sales, building your bookings, and building your team. I mean, when you talk about, if you have any kind of a job, even if you're a waitress, like you have that going, but there's always a hierarchy in every job that you sort of want to promote to the next level. Like you want to continue to build, you want to have a solid business, whatever that is to you. But that's our next level, is that we actually have a director-bound group, which are people that are building that business, building it to something else. And we go through that and walk you through it just like this, but again, you're with other people that want to go forward. So what I wanted to do before you said, yep, I already know what my answer is going to be, I wanted to make sure that you guys knew what the what it meant to and what it means to build your business. What happens when you do start building your team, and where that goes from there. And I should have had this ready. Let me quick pull up my screen because I want to share with you. Jen didn't go. We didn't go through the career plan before, did we? No?
I don't think so.
Because Pampered Chef does have a career plan, just like any other job that you're in. Anita, you probably have a career plan in your job, do you? Anita? Oh, she's in her bunker at her house. Are you?
Yes, I am. It is the bunker, yes. But okay. I lost a little bit of what you said. So
yeah, no, just talking about that. That every job has these different different kinds of career plans. Just places that you can go. Let me share this. I'm going to share. This is actually on your Pampered. In Pampered Chef as well. When you go in, it's maximize your opportunity. So if you go under the first one, which is the selling and recruiting, and then under there is a career plan. It's a career plan. This is called maximize your career. So this has the regular. You guys see this? Your regular commission. We know that you do get a recruiting bonus. You guys know that every time you recruit somebody and they put $12.50 in sales in their first 90 days, you get $30. That doesn't matter wherever you are. You always get that on that person. You really can add those up too. So here's what happens. Career plan. Allison, have you recruited anybody yet?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
So, and Anita, I know we haven't helped anybody get started, but here's what happens here. When you help one person get started, the next level is senior consultant. What I love about this is that Pampered Chef rewards you for helping one person get started. So you help one person get started, and they're going to reward you, because in that month, when a lot of these other companies, you've got to have several people before anything like that happens. If you have one person get started, each of you are active in that month, and you're going to automatically start making an extra % on your own sales, as well as 1% of whatever they sell. Okay? You're just, for doing nothing different, you're just, you're just going to start getting an extra %. Here's what I want to tell you too. Is especially Anita, I know, because you're like thinking, oh my gosh, my time is, I can barely get my shows booked, let alone do them, let alone have any time to help anybody else. And I don't know where you are, Allison, with
the door closed all the way.
But here's the thing that I want you to know is, and I always tell you this, I tell brand new consultants, when you help somebody get started, until you become a director, it is not your responsibility to train them. You, of course, are going to have some sort of a relationship with them, but it's your director's job to train them. That's what they're getting the override. That's their responsibility. So you help people, and that's something I've always been really passionate about, that I'm always so afraid somebody is not getting the opportunity offered to them because a newer consultant is thinking, I don't even know what I'm doing, let alone help somebody else get started. Because you've got people that are watching you. You've got somebody else that's in your life that's going, oh my gosh, Allison is doing this? Like, I thought about doing this before, but I don't know. Like, it sounds so fun, but maybe Allison's doing it or whatever. But like, if we don't ask them, and I know Jen probably went through that when it comes to inviting and stuff like that, but you just have to be, I don't want you not to invite people. Or you might run into somebody that says, oh my gosh, I need some extra money, or things are going to be tight this summer, or whatever. What a great side gig this could be for somebody. But again, unless you ask them, I don't want you not to ask them because you're afraid of the responsibility and stuff. You have no responsibility yet. Okay? Does that make sense, Allison?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's it. So we ask everybody, and that's what me and Tori, and that's our job with directing. So, okay, so that's what happens. The next level is what they call team leader. Is this review for you? Do you already know all this, Allison?
No.
Okay, good. So what happens when you're team leaders, you have 2 active lines. So that means that you have you've recruited 2 different people. And what happens is when those 2 lines are active, and you're at least active, and all together, and you actually have to do at least 750 in sales, but all of you together sell 2,500, you become a team leader. And team leader, again, you can see you were starting to bump up the commission levels. And what happens when you bump up commission levels, you bump up the amount of people, really can be, a good $100 extra just for doing that. So that's the next level. Team leader, again, it's just sort of getting to that point. And that usually the team leader place that you say, Tori, that's when we start talking and helping you and working alongside of you with training your people, so that we can sort of train you to train the trainer kind of thing as well. And then the next level, that's when we get here. I always say this is the sweet spot with Pampered Chef. This is the director level. And the director level is that you've got 5 people in your thing. It does not have, see, it could be 5 you all here, or it could be 5, you have 4 people you recruited and somebody recruits 1. You could have recruit 3 and each of them recruit, like what, it's 5 altogether. You sell at least 750. Everybody together sells at least 5,000. And what happens in that month, you become a director. The really nice thing is the monthly maintenance to keep director is you don't have to worry about how many people are active after that first month. You just have to at least sell 750 and your team sells 5,000. And Tori will know this. We don't, as leaders, we never work to minimums. So we always train, you will sell more than 750 in a month. I mean, we'll work on that, and get your things. So it's never that, but that's what has to happen. But this is where big things happen. So 3% override on your own personal, 3% on that first generation. You also get, your $30 thing, but you also get a $10 activity bonus. So every consultant every month on your team that is active, you get a $10 per person. So if you have those 5 people on top of all those other bonuses, they're going to give you another $50, $10 per person. One of the things that I usually have seen is that it's about like 30%. Like you can pretty much say that you'll make about 30% more than you regularly would as a director, I would think, than if you weren't a director, your own. What really happens is you end up making about, I usually think it's like 50% to like a double what you were making regularly as a consultant when you start adding those in here. Here's the cool stuff, is that there's all kinds of perks. I'm going to sort of show you what those perks are. This will talk about this. And then once you get past the director level, the different ways to go from there is you actually promote director teams under you. When you start doing that, so like Allison, when you become a director team, that will affect Tori and her, where her level is when people under her start doing director. So that's sort of where so that's that. So that's sort of where the level is. What I want to show you guys pretty quickly here though is why it is such a sweet spot with Pampered Chef. When you do, I have this little flip again, so I'm going to sort of show you this. So these are all the, we know all the earn the income. We were talking about that with all the difference and stuff. Can't hear me when this is in front of the thing, can you? Okay. How about like this? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
good. So this is, can you see this? This is the exclusive rewards. So here's some things here. They do give us a $100 professional development award every year. That could be if you wanted to take a cooking class or if you wanted to take a leadership class or something like that. They give us extra to go do that. You get not a lapel. Don't you get a necklace now? Did you get a necklace, Tori?
Yes.
Yes, you get a special necklace when you become a director that shows that you're a director, and then actually each level above that, they give you a different one. So we always love jewelry. When you become a director, here's a cool thing. You get, I call it a $250 bonus. When you become a director, you get $250 Pampered Chef dollars deposited into your account. So that could be used towards conference, that could be used towards more products, that could be used towards whatever. But you get an additional $250 Pampered Chef dollars when you become this is why a lot of people, this is the big one right here, product samples. You're eligible, actually, when the new season comes out, we're eligible as directors to get a box of, and I know, Anita, you've probably heard and seen when Shannon gets them, but we get a box of all the new products. So like we have free-for-all stuff coming up in this month and next month where we can earn the new fall products. But as directors, we're getting already that we end up with doubles because we earn them in free-for-all, but then as a director, we get them as well. That's always a big key. 30% product discount if we're doing those. There's always director only events, training events when we go to conference and stuff, but our organization in January, the last couple, we've had a director retreat. I know Tori came down, we went into a cabin on the ocean and did that too. Special recognition. There's just always kinds of fun stuff to do. This is out of date. That's not really good. What, Alice, are you in your, Anita, you're still in your fast track. Allison, when did you start?
Started the end of March.
So she's technically still in fast track too. So the two of you, here's something, you're still in fast track mode. So that is available to you guys as well. All that we need to do is help 5 people get started, and you're going to get a $500 bonus. Like that's part of the fast track. If you go, so let's say that you know what your 90-day date is?
Sometime in June.
Yes.
Helpful, I know.
Yes, let's say June 15th. You have actually, for fast track, even though it says it's in your first 90 days, you have till the end of June.
Okay.
So we get 5 people to get started this month, you would still be fast track. And Anita, you probably have at least till the end of June, if not July, if you were the end of April. So just to keep that in mind. It's money. This is what I always tell you. Pampered Chef has all this stuff right out on the table for us. We just have to figure out how to get it. But it's on the table for you guys, that both of you are still eligible. So again, director, it's really, that's the place, the next step, sort of, again, that sweet spot. But there's a lot of places to be in between. I mean, you can definitely go for director so we can get all of those benefits. And if that's, where you want to be and stuff, and we talk about that. But I don't want someone who's not interested in directorship not to offer this opportunity like crazy, like it's just part of your business, because it is. It's just something else that we have to help people create solutions for. We all know people that need extra money. We all know people that love to cook. We all know, people just looking for a little something. And a lot of times we don't even know who they are. That's why we really have to do the asking and the stuff like that too. So here's your 3 things. This is where, does anybody have any questions, first of all, about directorship or the career plan?
I don't think so. I think I'm good.
Okay. Anita, how did it all make sense? I know you've been around this block before too. She might be on mute.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm not sure that I'm there yet.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's a fun, and that's everybody has that, and you figure out where you want to be. And again, when we become, and Corey knows this too, when we start training and working towards director down, we're not just talking about recruiting. We're talking about your full business, because we need to have your business somewhere so that you can be a strong director. You know, that's really important to make sure that we're there too. So we all, you know, work towards that. But, you know, I've seen this business be one thing for somebody today, and next month it needs to be something else for them, you know. So it's something you don't have to, whatever your decision is right now, it doesn't have to be your end all to be all, you know. It definitely can change. So that's where you guys are going to be. You know, this was just sort of a what do we do now? I wanted you guys to know the career plan. I wanted you guys to know what support you have out there, but also how exciting it is that you do have this opportunity. You don't just have to do what you're doing, you know, that you can work towards something else, and really the sky is the limit with this. So you're going to have a Google form that you're going to make that choice. Where you want to go right now. I'll put that out there. If not this evening, tomorrow morning, I'll put it on the page, so that you guys can make that decision, and then we can figure out where to go from there. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds wonderful.
All right. Well, I'm so glad you guys are on here. This is fun. I miss this Business Builders. So I think I'm in charge of it the next time around, but we might be changing it up a little bit, but you guys can't be in it anymore anyway. You know that you can only do it once, but if we change it up, we might let anybody come back in. So just keep an eye on that. You'll probably get asked by your director. So. All right, girlies.
All right.
Well,
Sorry, I've had the hiccups.
Oh, Tori.
So that's why I put it on mute, and it's making my eyes water.
Because you've been drinking.
Yeah, I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, God, with that. I don't know why you would be with those two crazy kids.
3.
Oh, that's right. You've got another one.
He's trying to scare my husband just tried to scare the hiccups out of me.
Oh, and did it work?
No.
This is who's graduating. Look at that little face. She was so cute. I don't know what happened to her.
My brother just posted a picture of Elise when she was little.
Yeah.
And tagged me in it.
Oh.
You should look.
I will. Who did that?
My brother.
Oh, okay. I will definitely look. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go because we're going to jump on this other call. So thank you guys so much. And make it a good week, and then we'll get your responses and figure out what to do with you, okay?
Awesome job, ladies.
Sounds good.
Thank you.